Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this July 14th. We're just about at 6:30 this morning, and it's time to check on in with Megan for a look at today's forecast. It's hot, Megan. That's the only way I'm ever able to start these weathers anymore, just by saying it is hot.
It's hot. It's July, almost to August now at this point, and no sight of those 60s as the high temperatures for a long time. But we can still hope for the best, right? At least this morning we're seeing some of those 60s. Here's a look at what you can expect as you're heading out the door. And while we do have mostly the low 70s, take a look. Seeing 69 degrees for Manchester, Middlesboro, 68 in Boonville, and 66 in Clintwood. So at least, you know, some places will see the 60s. This afternoon, though, it's going to be warm once again. Mid to upper 80s is what you can expect. And we are looking at some chances for showers this morning, mainly for our eastern counties. Storm chances do return as we're heading into the afternoon. And over the next 12 hours, we're looking at a mixture of clouds, rain, and hot temperatures. Amelia.
A man was arrested and charged in connection with the shooting in West Virginia. Deputies say this happened last weekend in the St. Albans area. Detectives say the victim had gone to Christopher Fox's home to see his ex-girlfriend. A fight broke out which escalated and resulted in Fox firing a shotgun. Detectives say because of conflicting statements and physical evidence collected at the scene, Fox was arrested and charged with 2 counts of malicious wounding. Police have now identified the man killed in a motorcycle crash in the Knoxville area early last week. It happened Tuesday morning on North Broadway Street. Officers say an SUV was trying to cross all 4 lanes at the intersection with Old Broadway to pull into a shopping center. Officers say Cody Morocco was driving a motorcycle on North Broadway and hit the side of the SUV. He died at the scene. The driver of the SUV was taken to the hospital. Well, it was a heartbreaking Sunday in Lexington. Officials say a shooting at Richmond Road Baptist Church on Old Richmond Road left 2 women dead and 2 men in the hospital, 1 in critical condition. 72-year-old Beverly Gum and 32-year-old Christina Combs died at the scene. Lexington police say the suspect was shot and killed by officers. They also say they believe the suspect may have had a connection to the church. General manager of Boondoggs Bar and Restaurant, Casey Darling, tells us staff immediately got customers inside and locked all of the doors.
A lot of panic. I think there were a lot of customers that left. I think they went out the other side of our entrance here and were very nerve-wracked with the experience that was happening. We need customers to know that they're still safe to come out here.
Darling says the restaurant provided emergency workers with food and water as needed, and he's offering support to the church. Lexington police say they're offering support to anyone affected by yesterday's shooting. A Lawrence County man was sentenced to 10 years in prison on multiple charges, including possessing meth with the intention to distribute it. According to Kenneth Isom Jr.'s plea agreement, authorities obtained a search warrant for his home last September. Law enforcement agencies found a host of drugs, including nearly 170 grams of suspected meth and several firearms. Isom admitted to possessing narcotics with the intent to distribute them. State police say Brian Epperson is connected to the deaths of 2 women in central Kentucky. He was already in custody on a meth possession charge when he was officially charged with murder last week in the death of Kristen Morris. Troopers say Morris died of an overdose death and that Epperson admitted to putting meth into capsules found at the scene. Similar capsules were also found when Rachel Dawson was discovered dead inside a Winchester hotel room. The case police are still investigating. Dawson's fiance says he found out about the murder charge while at her funeral.
A friend of mine had sent me a post where he had been charged with Kristen's murder, and it was a little bit of a weight that was lifted off my heart.
Epperson pleaded not guilty in court Friday. He's due back in court tomorrow for both cases. 4 former school employees face child abuse charges, and they appeared in Greenup County courtroom yesterday. Michael Lyons, Mackenzie Rice, Faith Jordan, and Ashley Trissler all entered not guilty pleas. The reported incidents happened at McHale Elementary School between October and November of last year. The 4 are expected back in court on August 28th. Governor Andy Beshear announced Kentucky State Police arrested 197 people in the state-wide drug bust Operation Summer Heat 2.0. Reports indicate 197 arrests and 490 charges were issued. Last year, Operation Summer Heat saw 206 people arrested and nearly $700,000 worth of drugs removed from Kentucky streets. KSP reports in 2024, the Commonwealth saw more than a 30% decline in overdose deaths. Officials with Apple Red Legal Aid are sharing advice on eviction notices. In their virtual eviction prevention clinic, legal professionals with Apple Red say they're there to support you. They say if you have received a notice to vacate but have not yet received an eviction order, you still have rights. Charnel Burton with Apple Red says these sessions are in place to serve you so that you're able to understand those rights and talk to your landlord.
Once an actual court case is initiated, you're very limited on what you can do. So what we're trying to do is assist people before things ever get to that point to avoid having an eviction ever filed against them.
The virtual clinics are hosted every other Wednesday from noon to 1. They're online and free for you to attend. A Pike County distillery is expanding, announcing the recent acquisition of a Pikeville establishment. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about what Brothers Wright is brewing up.
Brothers Wright Distilling Co., rooted and aged in a Pike County coal mine, is ready to grow.
So this really wasn't a vision of ours 4 months ago. This thing kind of changed directions.
The company, owned and operated by brothers Kendall and Shannon Wright, acquired the Dueling Barrels brand, created by Alltech's Lyons Brewing and Distilling Co., taking over the operations at the Pikeville facility to expand on Brothers Wright's ongoing operations in the Belfry area.
We're still going to do a distillery there and a welcome center and maybe a museum and a gift shop, and we will do tastings and tours underground.
The acquisition includes the entire facility in downtown Pikeville, and the Wrights plan to keep the original mission going, hoping to help their hometown with some new and familiar flavors.
We grew up just a few miles from here. My parents still live here. So yeah, we're very proud to be able to hopefully continue this legacy that Dr. Lyons envisioned.
The space will be the primary location for Brothers Wright's production, so some changes are underway to help the brand be more productive. But the brothers are also planning to help the area's restaurant scene grow, moving the current Pierce's Tap Room to a more accessible space on street level.
It just feels impersonable up there. You either take the elevator or the stairs to get up there. You really can't tell if there's anybody in there, if anything's going on.
With plans to highlight the core theme of the brand by adding a coal-fired pizza oven to the space in the future.
Kentucky's still a coal state. It's more of a bourbon state now, but we're trying to expand on both.
Saying they are excited to lift spirits and make them in Pike County. Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
An exact timeline for the changes has not yet been released, but owners say they expect to not only retain jobs for current employees, but offer more positions as things move along. Well, the American Rally Association is partnering with Backroads of Appalachia to establish a national rally training center in Owsley County. The 200-plus acre facility will be near Boonville. Officials say a 1.4-mile off-road course will be available and for team and manufacturing testing. The site is being built with the help of a more than $7 million grant with the Appalachian Regional Commission. Officials say construction on the project will start this fall. Well, Buckhorn Lake has a new project update. In partnership with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources, new fish habitat structures were built. It's in an effort to bring better conditions for fish in the lake. These habitats are made of concrete and brush and will help to create a healthier population for the fish right now and far into the future. Scott Alexander says the Perry County Fiscal Court also donated.
It's a part of tourism that I think that we can really increase upon for people to realize how good the fishing is in Perry County, as well as at Buckhorn Lake and even Carr Creek Reservoir. So we was excited to partner with the Corps, and we look forward to partnering with them in the future.
Alexander says he's just grateful for the hard work and dedication of all those who helped to make this project a reality. The Christian Appalachian Project is continuing to serve folks who were impacted by natural disasters. Every summer, CAP hosts volunteers from around the country who have a heart for service. As we told you Wednesday, a group from Connecticut came to volunteer in Floyd County. The CAP volunteer program manager for the Big Sandy Valley, Christy Lawson, says many folks just like them come out working to serve as the hands and feet of God.
They come and spend a week with us. They go out and help in the community. CAP also has Camp Shawnee going on right now here in the Sandy Valley area. And then in the springtime, again, we have Alternative Spring Break, which is our fest season. And we have college kids come in and basically do the same thing.
Lawson says it's a blessing to have so many groups come to Eastern Kentucky to volunteer. She says the volunteers never hesitate to help however they can and always look for new ways to make an impact. A Clay County native was recognized for his work in advancing higher education access. Dr. Aaron Thompson received the James Bryant Conant Award from the Education Commission of the States. The award is one of 3 the Education Commission of the States gives each year to celebrate outstanding commitment to public education. The Education Commission of the States is a nonprofit that tracks educational policy.
Seeing a little bit of fog this morning, especially as you travel to some of our more southern counties. So just be taking it slow if you do encounter any patches of dense fog. Now we also see some rain in the region while most of us are staying dry. Our eastern counties do see a little bit of some scattered showers. Now that'll clear off as we're heading into the next hour, and then some storm chances will arise as we're heading into the afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures for the day sitting in the mid to upper 80s. So let's kind of take you through what you can expect through the next couple hours. Right now we're sitting in those 70s with those partly cloudy skies and that slight chance of seeing some rain as you travel to the east. Then we'll warm up into the 80s as we're heading into the warmest parts of your day around 2 p.m. And then as you're heading into the evening hours, dropping just a little bit, cloudy skies and those chances for rain. Amelia.
Well, thanks so much for joining us at 6:42 on Mountain News this morning.